Hello everybody, it's Max McAllister here from Traction Dynamics, and today I want to show you how to counterbalance your Axxion Rocker Plate assembly. Now we're going to supply you with 10 pounds of weight by default. It's going to come in the form of two 1-pound weights, one 2-pound weight, and two 3-pound weights. The 3-pound weights are the thickest ones, and they have internal threading in them. They go on your deck and hide all the hardware so that they look real clean and neat. So all you're kind of looking for initially is to get enough weight on the plate. 8 pounds is usually a good starting point to make sure that your bike sits kind of vertical on your floor in the area where you're at. Our kit will have your bicycle centered on the plate, which is very important. If you buy one of our do-it-yourself kits for maybe a not so common brand of trainer that we don't have a template for, your very first step is making sure that the very center of your bike is centered on the center line of the rocker plate. So, and that almost always means the trainer is not centered on the plate, much in this Wahoo kicker, which is a completely asymmetrical object, and it's placed, off to one side to get the bike to be centered on the rocker plate. So we just start with 8 pounds here. This puts the bike pretty much nice and vertical. But that's not good enough. So it can act in all different kinds of ways once you get on the bike. Now, if you're not used to a rib style rocker, it is very, very free and loose, and it will require you to kind of engage your core muscles more than other styles of trainers, of rockers. So it actually will, once you get a little bit of a feel, I would go for a 5-minute ride or 10-minute ride just to get a feel for it. But if the rocker is out of balance, it's going to tend to want to ride to one side or the other side. And what'll happen is if you don't take the time to counterbalance it perfectly, you're going to naturally just sort of shift your body a little bit to get it to ride vertically. And that's obviously bad for your body's geometry and bad for fit and not a proper way to pedal a bike. So, but once you get on the bike and you're used to it, it's almost like a track stand. So you'll want to be able to balance, but just almost any movement at all, and you can get it to tilt, right? You almost probably can't see me do anything when I do this, but just to show you, so this is a 2-pound weight, and I'll just set it over here on this side of the trainer to upset the balance. And so you can already see it wants to just tilt to the left some, and I'm not trying to correct it. Now I could intentionally try and correct this, but that's not natural. So I really just want to know what does the rocker want to do. Maybe come around this way some so the audio is better. So all I'm looking for is, now I'm tilting to this side slightly. And obviously we don't want that. So you can exaggerate it the other way. I can put that weight over here. By the way, that's just a 2-pound weight is enough to throw it off. So 1 pound is plenty. So these rockers are very sensitive. So when I ride, I'm riding tilted to the right here. Again, I can try and fix that by shifting my body weight, but this isn't proper. So what you want is, from neutral, when you think about turning to the right, you want the trainer to tilt to the right. When you think about turning to the left, you want it to tilt to the left. And I'm talking about very, very, very subtle, almost a thought, not even an action hardly. So my trainer balances with me here, my rocker plate balances with me with 8 pounds on it. So, excuse my dog. So all I'm doing is sitting here on the trainer. Maybe go back around to the back one time now, and I'll show you. You're not even going to see me move my body, but you'll see the trainer tilt. So in my mind, I just want to move to the right, tilt to the right, and I can get it to do it. And in my mind, I want it to tilt to the left, and I can get it to do it. I'm using so little. I'm not even really it's so much of a small thought to get it to do it. And I'm feeling for a balance in pressure both directions to where it's just absolutely neutral. And when I just sit still, it's perfectly vertical and I don't have to do anything. So when I go to ride, the bike should ride straight without me having to, do anything to correct it. But if I wanted to tilt, do one of my pretend turns, I can. If I wanted to go the other way, I can pretend to turn the other way, I can. So the weights are broken down so that you can, go 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 pounds in the kit. The only reason you would ever require more weight is if you're very tall, like 6'4", or if you're very heavy, because your center of gravity will be higher and will move the bike more side to side if you're tall or heavy. So just whenever you order, make a note. Say, hey, I weigh 250 pounds, or I'm 6'3", and something, and that way I'll know and I'll throw in an extra weight for you. So that's how you do it. Take the time to do this. It's very important because you don't want to develop a bad physiological habit of trying to pedal a rocker that is slightly off center or tilted to one side. So make sure you're dead straight and you'll have the best possible riding experience. So I'm Max. Don't forget to like this video, share with your friends that are interested in rocking on a rocker plate, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel.